Good morning. We were learning about Union Parliament in the previous classes, and two more topics are left: control over the executive, and the second one is special powers of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Special powers, that means the exclusive powers of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So first we learn control over executive, how Parliament exercise control over executive. Powers and functions of Parliament is given in the book, textbook, and different powers are mentioned. But we have to learn only the executive power, that means the control over executive. That we will have to learn in the powers and functions of Parliament. So first, executive power or control over executive. Control over executive. How does Parliament exercise control over executive? There are various devices in the Parliament in order to control the executive. First one, interpretation. We have already learned what is interpretation. We learned some of the parliamentary procedures like question hour, zero hour. And what happens actually in the question hour and zero hour? The opposition asks questions to the executive. The opposition asks questions to the ministers in order to get information on various matters, various subjects. They ask questions. And during zero hour, members can ask any question without the permission of the presiding officer. But during question hour, the members ask question with the permission of the presiding officer. And the right of the member to ask question from the government is known as interpretation. And in interpretation, the members of the Lok Sabha obtain information from the executive. So this way, by asking questions, they are checking the executive. By asking questions, they are exercising control over the executive. So one of the methods to control the executive is interpretation. Okay. Another one, no confidence motion. No confidence. Okay. We have learned what is a no confidence motion or what is a vote of no confidence. No confidence motion or a vote of no confidence, both are same. What is no confidence motion? We have learned. Okay. No confidence motion is a proposal for expressing the loss of confidence in the ministry. Okay. The ministry lost the majority support. There is no confidence. To express the loss of majority support is called a vote of no confidence or a no confidence motion. We have learned already. Then another one is adjournment motion. In adjournment motion also, what are they doing? The members ask the presiding officer to grant time to discuss a particular matter in the house which is of high public importance. So by here also during the adjournment motion also, this members seek information from the executive. Okay. So adjournment motion we have already learned. Adjournment motion, vote of no confidence, interpellation. All these things we have already learned. That's why I am not going much deep in that points. Another one is a censor motion. Censure motion. A censure motion is in order to censure the policy of a minister, or not to censure the policy of the council of ministers or the government as a whole. A motion is moved, that is called the censure motion. Censure motion, that is to criticize the policies of a minister or the policies of the government as a whole. Okay, various censure motions are there, various methods are there to criticize for the censuring the policies of the ministers or the policies of the government. If the activities of a minister or the policy of a minister is wrong, it can be opposed by the members of the house. The minister can be questioned by the members of the house. In order to criticize the wrong policy of a minister, time is demanded or a proposal is laid in the house, that is called a censure motion. If the presiding officer allows the censure motion, during that time the particular minister's wrong policies are discussed and the needed steps are taken. An example is there, one of the best example for a censure motion is this Bhopal MP. You might have heard of. It was a news during that time. The Bhopal MP, Pragya Singh Thakur, she made a comment on Mahatma Gandhi and Nathuram Godse. Two wrong comments were made by Pragya Singh Thakur, the Bhopal MP. So these comments were not appropriate. For the inappropriate comments, a censure motion was there. The comments were criticized by the opposition. The comments were strongly opposed by the opposition. They demanded a censure motion. In order to approve a censure motion, 50 members support is needed. But there is we have the no confidence motion also requires 50 members, minimum 50 members support. Then only a no confidence motion is allowed by the presiding officer. Here also, in order to allow the censure motion, 50 members support is needed. But there is a difference between this no confidence motion and the censure motion. To move a no confidence motion, no particular ground is required. No particular ground means no particular reason is required. But censure motion is allowed only on the ground of a particular topic, only on a particular matter. The no censure motion is allowed. In order to censure the policy of the government or censure the policy of the minister, a particular ground is required, particular reason is, particular base is required. So that is one of the main difference between censure motion and no confidence motion. It does not require any ground, whereas censure motion requires a ground to be censured. Again, this one, if a no confidence motion is passed, then what happens? The ministry has to resign, and their ministry has to resign. Whereas, if a censure motion is passed, it is not necessary to resign. The ministry or minister against whom the censure motion was made need not resign. So there is no question of resignation on the basis of censure motion, but here, if no confidence motion is passed, then the entire ministry has to resign. Okay. Another one is called monetary control. Monetary control. The parliament exercise monetary control over the executive. Monetary, what is the meaning of monetary? Monetary, that means financial control, especially in financial control, what is a cut motion. This monetary control can be called a cut motion. Just as we said, no conference, adjournment, censure, cut motion is also a proposal or a motion. When the budget is introduced or the budget session, what is a budget? If you want to learn what is cut motion, you must have an idea or knowledge about the budget. What is budget? Budget is an estimate of income and expenditure for a financial year. An estimate of income and expenditure for a financial year is called a budget. And we have learned about budget session also. Okay, when we were learning about session, generally there are 3 sessions a year. Budget session. Okay, in budget session what happens? The budget is introduced and passed. And when the budget is introduced, there will be discussion on the budget, and after which it is voted upon. And if it is passed, then the government can continue. If the budget could not be passed, then the government has no moral right to continue in the office. So the union budget is introduced by the union finance minister. That is on behalf of the president. The union finance minister introduced budget in the budget session. And after introducing the budget, the clauses in the budget is discussed by the members of the house. And when it is discussed, the opposition may demand some alteration in the budget. They are demanding for some changes in the budget. They may demand for reducing the grant for various purpose. Money is kept in the budget or money is allotted in the budget, and they may demand, the opposition may demand for a cut in the budget. They may demand for making some alteration in that estimate. Okay, if such a proposal was made for altering the budget, then the matter will be discussed in the house and finally it is put to vote. And when the matter is put to vote, majority of the members are in favor of or voting in favor of making some alteration in the budget or having a cut in the budget, then the cut motion is said to be passed. If the cut motion is passed, the ministry lost its support. That means ministry lost its support. If majority support is there, then definitely majority of members will vote in favor of the budget. Since majority support is not there, majority are demanding or voting in favor of changes in the budget. So such a motion is called a cut motion. If a cut motion is passed, then also the ministry has no moral right to continue in the office. They have to resign. The council of ministries has to resign. So that is cut motion. Cut motion, that means moving or passing a cut in the budget. in the grants. Okay, that's all about the control over executive. So some of the main devices which are used by the parliament in order to exercise, sorry, in order to control the executive. Interpellation, no conference motion, adjournment motion, censure motion, and monetary control. Okay. You know that the no conference motion can be moved or passed only in the Lok Sabha. Okay. This monetary control cut motion, that is also mostly passed in the Lok Sabha only, because cut motion, financial matters also, okay, on financial bills also cut motion is allowed. So financial bill or money bill, not financial, money bill, that also can be passed in the Lok Sabha only. That's why cut motion also comes under the power of Lok Sabha. So these are the ways the parliament exercises control over the executive, or some of the executive powers of the parliament. Okay. Next we learn exclusive powers. Okay, exclusive powers of exclusive powers of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay. Exclusive powers of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Exclusive power means some special powers enjoyed by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. We learn the exclusive powers of Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha enjoys some special powers which the Rajya Sabha does not enjoy. So first one we have seen just now, no conference motion. No conference motion. A vote of no conference can be passed only in the Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha cannot move a vote of no conference or a no conference motion. So this is the complete power of Lok Sabha. So one of the exclusive powers of Lok Sabha is vote of no conference. This is a special power of the Lok Sabha. Another one is money bill. Money bill. The money bill also can be passed only in the Lok Sabha. Money bill can be passed, introduced, let us say, money bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. The non-money bill can be introduced in either house of the parliament. But a money bill means a bill that contains mainly the financial matters. Okay, a money bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. If it is passed in the Lok Sabha, a money bill is passed in the Lok Sabha. Normally the procedure to pass a bill, first it will be introduced in any of the house of the parliament, and it is discussed in that house, it is put to vote in that house, and if it gets majority support, the bill is passed in that house. Then the bill is sent to the other house. In the next house also, all these three procedures will be held, and if the bill is passed in the other house, then the bill will be sent to President for his consent. But in case a bill is not passed, that means in one of the house the bill is passed, Okay, for example, a bill introduced in Lok Sabha first, and the bill is passed in the Lok Sabha. Majority of the members are in favor of the bill, and it was passed in the Lok Sabha. After passing it, it will go to the Rajya Sabha. When the bill went to Rajya Sabha, it was discussed in the Rajya Sabha and it was put to vote in the Rajya Sabha, but majority of the members are against the bill. It could not get majority support in the Rajya Sabha. So in Rajya Sabha the bill lost, but in Lok Sabha it passed. One house is passing the bill, other house is rejecting the bill. And in such a case, if the bill is, that means that is called a deadlock. Okay, deadlock over a bill. If there is a deadlock on a bill, then there will be a solution for that deadlock. That is called a joint sitting. Okay, this is not the just now, just for all of you learn joint sitting. A joint sitting of both houses are held, and in the joint sitting, again the matter will be put to vote. That means Lok Sabha members of Lok Sabha and members of Rajya Sabha comes together, and there is a joint sitting. And in that joint sitting, again the matter is put to vote. Now all the members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha as a whole comes together, and this Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha together put the matter to vote and then see the majority. If majority of the members are in favor of the bill is passed. If majority of the members are against the bill, then the bill cannot be passed. Okay. So if there is a deadlock on a bill, then the deadlock is resolved by a procedure called a joint sitting. Okay. Here, in the case of money bill, the bill is passed in the Lok Sabha, and it is when the Rajya Sabha it cannot be passed in the Rajya Sabha. It could not be passed in the Rajya Sabha. Majority of the members are against the bill, against that money bill. So it lost in Rajya Sabha. It could not be passed. But here there is no provision for a joint sitting. There is a deadlock. Okay. But in the case of money bill, if there is a deadlock, there is no provision for a joint sitting. If a money bill, listen carefully, if a money bill is passed by the Lok Sabha and it is rejected by the Rajya Sabha, then also the bill deemed to have been passed by the Parliament, because Rajya Sabha has only an advisory role in the money bill. Okay, here the role of Rajya Sabha is just advisory role. Okay, advisory. Rajya Sabha can just give an advice. So, advisory role. Rajya Sabha just can give advice on money bill. Whether it is Rajya Sabha agrees with the money bill or disagrees is not a matter. If money bill is passed in the Lok Sabha, it is passed in the Parliament. Okay. And money bill cannot be introduced in Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha. The members of Rajya Sabha has no right to introduce a money bill. Money bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. How the money bill is introduced in the Lok Sabha? Just know about it also. If a bill is introduced in the Lok Sabha, if any of the members want to introduce a bill in the Lok Sabha, then it should be informed to the presiding officer. Okay. It must get the permission from the presiding officer. So the draft of a bill to be given to the presiding officer or the speaker of the Lok Sabha. The speaker will go through that bill. Before introducing any bill in the Lok Sabha, the presiding officer of Lok Sabha, that is speaker, will go through that bill. Similarly, if a bill is introduced in Rajya Sabha, then first it will be going to the chairman of Rajya Sabha, who is the presiding officer. So chairman will go through that bill. Okay. Here we are learning about money bill. That's why come to the case of Lok Sabha. When a bill is before a bill is introduced in Lok Sabha, First, it will be going to the Speaker of Lok Sabha for his permission. And when the Speaker will go through the bill, he sees that or he feels that the bill is containing much of the matters related with finance, and this is not an ordinary bill. Okay, he certifies the bill is a money bill. The Speaker decides whether a bill is money bill or a non-money bill. And when he found the bill is given to the Speaker, or the proposal was given to the Speaker, when the Speaker was going through that proposal, he found that proposal is, or that draft is just, there is not an ordinary bill, there is a proposal for a money bill. So if he certifies the bill is money bill, the money bill directly go to the President. Speaker will not introduce it in the Lok Sabha. The Speaker will send the bill to President. After getting a recommendation or permission from the President, the bill can be introduced in the Lok Sabha. So thus, money bill is introduced in the Lok Sabha only. Okay, if Rajya Sabha has no right to introduce a money bill, it can just give some advice to the Lok Sabha. It can make some suggestions to make some changes in the money bill. That only the Rajya Sabha can do. So money bill is also one of the exclusive powers of Lok Sabha, or one of the special power of Lok Sabha. This power Rajya Sabha does not exercise introducing money bill. No conference motion, that also is not possible in the Rajya Sabha. And another one is I have already told about the joint sitting. Okay, joint sitting, if there is deadlock between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha over a bill. Okay, if it is money bill, then there is no deadlock, no question of deadlock on the joint sitting. If there is a deadlock over a non-money bill and there is a joint sitting, the Lok Sabha has, the strength of Lok Sabha is more than double of that of Rajya Sabha. The strength of Rajya Sabha maximum is 250, whereas the strength of Lok Sabha maximum is 552. That is more than double of that of the number of Rajya Sabha, strength of Rajya Sabha. So since the numerical strength of Lok Sabha is more than double of that of Rajya Sabha, when there is a joint sitting, the will of Lok Sabha will prevail. Will of Lok Sabha, that means there is more chances to have the opinion of Lok Sabha will prevail. More chances to prevail the opinion of Lok Sabha. That means suppose the bill is passed in the Lok Sabha and Lok Sabha is passing the bill, but Rajya Sabha is rejecting the bill. Then joint sitting is there. Okay. Since Lok Sabha has passed the bill, there is more chance to get passed the bill in the joint sitting also because of the numerical strength of the Lok Sabha. Numerical strength, that is another exclusive power of Lok Sabha. Numerical strength is not an exclusive power, but in case of deadlock between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha on a non-money bill, then the will of Lok Sabha may prevail. Okay. These are some of the advantages of Lok Sabha. Advantages of Lok Sabha. Now we'll learn some of the advantages of Rajya Sabha or some of the special powers, exclusive powers of Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha's exclusive power. One is Article 249. Article 249 gives an advantage to Rajya Sabha. What is Article 249? Article 249 of the Constitution says that if a Rajya Sabha passes a resolution by two-thirds of its majority about legislation of a bill, about legislation or a matter in the state list to be made by the Union Parliament. The Union Parliament gets the right to make laws on matters in the state list. I shall make it more clear. We know that India follows federal form of government, and two sets of governments are there. Which are there? The union government at central level and state government at state level. So the powers, administrative powers or legislative powers, all the powers are divided between the union and the state governments under three lists. Okay, three lists are there. Three lists. Okay, three lists. Which are there? They are union list, state list, and concurrent list. Okay. Union list, state list, and third one is concurrent list. So these are the three lists: union list, state list, and the concurrent list. There are some 97 subjects are in the union list, and all the subjects comes under union list can be legislated by the union parliament. It is the power of the union parliament to legislate on all the subjects, all the matters given in the union list. Similarly, state list. All the subjects, 66 subjects are there, and all the subjects given in the state list can be legislated by the state governments. And there are some 47 subjects, and all the subjects mentioned in the concurrent list can be legislated by union government as well as state government. Both governments are having power over subjects in the concurrent list. So this is the distribution of power between union and the states. Power is divided between union and states under three lists. They are union list, state list, and concurrent list. So we are learning about the provision of Article 249, and according to the, say here, what the subjects in union list who is legislating? Union government. Okay. Union government legislates. And here, state list, only state government can legislate. Okay. And here, concurrent list, both union and state can legislate. So, now take the matter of state list. All the matters in state list can be legislated by the state governments. But under Article 249 of the Constitution, if Rajya Sabha by two-thirds of majority passes a resolution that, what is the resolution or what is the decision taken by the Rajya Sabha by two-thirds majority? The Rajya Sabha by two-thirds majority says that a subject or a matter mentioned in the state list has of national importance. A subject mentioned in the state list has of national importance or is of national importance. So, the parliament, union parliament must legislate on that matter. So, if the Rajya Sabha pass a resolution stating that a subject in the state list has of high national importance, and therefore the union parliament must legislate on that matter in the state list, then the parliament will get power to legislate on that matter in the state list. Normally, who is having the power to legislate on matter in the state list? Only state governments. But Rajya Sabha can empower the parliament to legislate on a matter in the state list if it passes a resolution by 2/3 of the majority. Okay, that is, you must learn 2/3, not by simple majority, 2/3 of the members of Rajya Sabha. So, 2/3 majority. Thus, it can empower the parliament to legislate on a matter in the state list. One of the Rajya Sabha can empower the parliament to legislate on a matter in the state list by passing a resolution with the 2/3 of its majority. That is one of the special power. Whereas Lok Sabha has no such power, only Rajya Sabha can empower the parliament to legislate. Okay. Another one is the Rajya Sabha can recommend the parliament for the creation of new All India service. Okay, All India service. All India service. Some of the service are meant for the entire nation, not for a particular state, not for a particular region. Some of the service are meant for the entire nation, like IAS, Indian Administrative Service, that is meant for the entire nation. That is an All India Service, IAS. IPS, Indian Police Service, that is also an All India Service. IFS, Indian Foreign Service, that is also an All India Service. So similarly, this type of All India Service can be created by the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha cannot create it, but Rajya Sabha can recommend to the parliament for the creation of All India Service. Okay. With the recommendation of Rajya Sabha, new All India Service can be created by the parliament. That is another special power of the Rajya Sabha. Is a high power. Okay. Rajya Sabha has the power to recommend to the parliament to create new All India Service. Okay. Another one is Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. Okay, that's also an advantage. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. You know what is the name of Rajya Sabha? Rajya Sabha never dissolves. It is a permanent house. Whereas Lok Sabha's time is 5 years only. After 5 years, Lok Sabha dissolves. Lok Sabha gets dissolved. Whereas Rajya Sabha is not getting dissolved. This is a permanent house. There is another power or another special power of Rajya Sabha. It is actually not special power, it is an advantage. Okay, there is an advantage of Rajya Sabha. Next one. It can recommend. Okay, then if there is an emergency, if there is a national emergency and the Lok Sabha has dissolved, when the Lok Sabha has dissolved, there is a national emergency, or after the proclamation of national emergency, if the Lok Sabha has dissolved, then the Rajya Sabha is acting as the sole parliament. The functions of the Lok Sabha is also exercised by Rajya Sabha. Parliament has two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay, it is together known as Parliament. But if the Lok Sabha has dissolved at the time of an emergency, then there is no chance for forming a new Lok Sabha, and the Rajya Sabha will act as Lok Sabha. That means the Rajya Sabha will discharge the functions of Lok Sabha also. Rajya Sabha will act as the de facto and de jure parliament. Okay. de facto or de jure parliament, that means Rajya Sabha will act as the entire parliament. Okay. Functions of Lok Sabha is also exercised by Rajya Sabha. Is acting as de facto or de jure parliament, which means Rajya Sabha is acting as the sole parliament, or Rajya Sabha discharge the duty of Lok Sabha also. Normally, after the proclamation of emergency, the Lok Sabha is not getting dissolved. Okay. Normally, it is the term of Lok Sabha will increase. Okay, extend the term of Lok Sabha will be extended. Normally, if an emergency is proclaimed. Okay, very rare chance to have a dissolution of Lok Sabha during the time of emergency. But if Lok Sabha has dissolved before an emergency, and after the dissolution of Lok Sabha, an emergency is proclaimed, then okay, this Rajya Sabha will act as the entire parliament. Rajya Sabha will be acting as the entire parliament. That is the de facto and the de jure parliament. These are the main functions. Sorry, these are the main exclusive powers of Rajya Sabha, or these are the special powers of Rajya Sabha, or these are the advantages of Rajya Sabha. Okay. Well, the advantages of Lok Sabha are no conference motion, money bill, and numerical strength. In numerical strength, if there is a deadlock between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha on a non-money bill, there is more chances to get the opinion of Lok Sabha prevailed. Okay, and here this Rajya Sabha is a special power. That's all about our civics chapter 1, Union Parliament. Okay, although there are so many other powers given, other powers of the parliament given, the other powers, or the powers other than the executive powers of the parliament, we need not learn. We need to learn only the executive powers of the parliament. That means the power of parliament in exercising control over the executive. Exercising control over the executive, that means executive, that is council of ministers. Council of ministers are called the executive. So it can be termed in other words the power of parliament in exercising control over the council of ministers. Okay, so that's all about this lesson. You read the lesson well, you understand it, you find out the question answers and write the question answers in your copy and learn it. And if you are having any doubts on the question answers, you can ask them. Okay, thank you.